Hello, hello. What's going on, boys? How you doing, Ginger? What's up, Tanuj, Gokul, Yash, everyone else? What's going on? Let's get right into it. Start today off a little bit differently. Instead of SPY, we're going to start going over Bitcoin first because, of course, MSL called the top and the bottom on this one. As I told you guys, I've seen all over the news, everywhere. Bitcoin, everyone was negative. Everyone's like, I'm going to buy at 15K. I'm going to buy at 20,000. I'm going to buy at 25,000. Again, the reason I called this bottom was simply the same reason I called the top. While we're going sideways up here without breaking all-time highs and ripping, the longer it stays up here, the more longs get trapped up here. So that's what the market maker wants. The market maker wants to rip and take everyone's money. The house always wins. So we called the top up here at around 60, I believe. Around 55, I called the top on Bitcoin, and then it came straight down to 30K. So it almost cut the value of Bitcoin right in half. If it's even valued at anything, there's no physical backing, whatever, blah, 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 blah. What's going on, Joseph? Vladdy's back in here. Gurvinder's back in here. I see the same people that are in here every day are the same people making gains every day. Just something to keep in mind if you're thinking about skipping any of these. So again, everywhere online Bitcoin, everyone was bearish. Led me to look at the chart, drew this little falling wedge here, and we had an absolute ripper for the last 4 or 5 days. These falling wedge patterns are very, very bullish. Right now we are having a pullback. Why are we having a pullback? There's a rumor that Amazon is denying any crypto claims. What's going on, Harmon? How you doing? Guggen, Christian, nice to see you guys. And yeah, so we got this huge rip. We got, I think there was like some kind of thing, 10 million people got liquidated from this short squeeze on Bitcoin last night. And that's good for them. If you stay in your short that long and you don't see that it's not working, you should get the hell out. But I guess some people get greedy, right? So that's what happens. SPY, again, nothing wrong with this pre-market action. Took out the highs, pulled back, defended the pre-market highs, and just ripped higher all day. Looks great, fantastic. But again, zoom out, look at the bigger picture. This is very close to the top of the channel with the Fed speaking, with big tech earnings. Let's see if we can rip through the channel and keep going, or if we reject it again for the 200,000th time in this channel. So keep an eye on the SPY daily channel. Let's see if we can break out. And let's see. Lots of earnings on tap this week. Fed tomorrow and Wednesday. Keep an eye out for that. Should be a lot of volatility to play. Don't get too heavy one way or the other. QQQ hit all-time highs today. SPY hit all-time highs today, so there's nothing really to worry about here. Closes look great. Everything is bullish, but again, everything rests on Jay Powell tomorrow. QQQ looks like it wants to take out the all-time high in after hours here, 368.72. All-time high is 368.88, so we're about 16 cents off all-time highs, and it looks like a big hammer candle is forming here. So keep an eye out for everything. Like I said, don't get too heavy, either bullish or bearish. There's a lot of stuff that can affect the market this week. XLF, again, just garbage. Why are you even trading it just in this range? As long as it stays in this range, no trade on XLF for me personally. If one of the admins calls it out, you can take a look. But again, I would only scalp it. I would not do anything long term unless it breaks 35 to the downside or 37 to the upside. That's all we're watching on financials. Look at the volatility in this IWM. Complete rip off open, complete dip right after that, complete rip back to the high of the day, almost a double top here. You could actually call this a double top just with the wicks. Complete rejection from the previous high and then just dumped all day. End of the day there, little oversold bounce action, no big deal. Overall on the daily, we are still above that trend line from January that I told you guys to watch. So downside is this trend line from January. Upside is all-time highs, but first we got this huge volume shelf at 226 to clear. So 226 to the upside and trend line to the bottom. I would not like it to see break today's lows. Why is Ricky always without a shirt? I have no idea. You got to ask him that. Zoom video. This is a beautiful setup again. Huge resistance all the way dating back to last November. Steady downtrend. Finally broke out of the downtrend. Look at this huge run. Ran straight from 273 all the way to 406. That's a 130-point move, I believe, if my math is right. obviously has to come back down. Obviously has to let the moving averages catch up. But what I loved about it is it held this previous resistance. So I told you guys over and over again, Zoom is going to go. Look at this big lower wick hammer candle, big lower wick hammer candle, another hammer candle. We finally got the pop, pulled back off the 21-day, retested again, and look at where it stopped that day. Right at the previous resistance, huge hammer candle into continuation today. Zoom looks set up to go for a run right now. So first level I'm watching is 380. Next after that would be these highs at 406. So this one has potential to go a lot, and there's not as much volume up here as you see. A lot of volume underneath to make support for it. And I fully expect to Zoom to keep going. That's why I held all my contracts, even though I'm a little bit heavy. But I held it. Neo, I told you guys 43.89. We needed a close above to be ideal. I still like the stock. I'm still in it. So the 50-day right now is at 43.26. Unfortunately, we closed right below it, but post-market we're already back above it. And the 200-day is at 43.89. That's why I said 43.89. If it closes above 43.26 and 43.89 tomorrow, I am very bullish. It all depends on Tesla's earnings right now. I do not know what they are doing. I will open up the chart at the end. Tesla beat earnings. So yeah, thank you, Ricky. TDOC looks great. TDOC. We're still holding it. Tomorrow after hours is earnings. Right now, it looks like today was a big nothing burger. But again, same pattern as Zoom. Went straight up, formed a clear resistance line here, broke through it, retested it, big hammer candle. So if it follows Zoom, it might need a couple of days. But the thing with TDOC is it actually has earnings tomorrow, so we could get that boom a little quicker than we got on Zoom. Next level up is 155.57 on TDOC. Next big level for the volume shelf. UPST, killer day, huge morning, dumped a little bit, came right back. Again, this is a weekly play. Remember that, guys. We have August 20th for a reason. I told you guys, when it runs up, it really runs up. So huge consolidation in 1 week, massive 116% move. Huge consolidation, massive 1 week, 50% move. Huge consolidation. What do we get this time? So if you go 116, then 15%, even if, or no, 116% this week, 50% this week, even if we get a 25% move in a week, that's going to pay big on our options. So I'm watching this one for that explosion, and it looks like it's set up. Look at this. So 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of consolidation here before the big move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks before this massive move. And now we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. So it's due. It's due for a move this week or next week. And let's see what happens with this UPST. I'm still holding a full-size position in this one, because once it goes, it will go, trust me. Amazon, just a rip in the morning, sideways all the rest of the day. These calls right now, if you want to play spreads, that's the only way to play it, in my opinion. Naked calls right now on Amazon are way too expensive. It's like $58 for a $3,700 call. Take $3,800 calls. You can take out of the money, but I don't really like those plays unless you're scalping same day. I hate holding those calls overnight. Overnight kills your time value on your options. If you don't get a gap up, you're going to get screwed the next day. So Amazon, the only way to play it, in my opinion, is spreads right now. If you want this week, if you want to play far out, pay up. But only pay up if your account can handle it going to zero. And I know at least 50% of the people in Amazon in our group cannot afford the calls they are taking right now. So just be careful. Anything is possible on earnings. I know everyone in the world is bullish on Amazon, but anything is possible. Remember that. Shopify. Disgusting candle today. So 1650 was a top to the penny. Today 1650 top to the penny. Bearish engulfing candlestick, took the whole day of gains of Friday and then some, and went down to 1582 close today. We do have earnings on Shop. I don't know if they're July 28th. That's what TradingView is saying. Doesn't really matter to me. I'm not interested in playing this name. Why am I not interested in playing this name? We went straight from under $1,300 to over $1,300 to $1,650 in the matter of less than 3 weeks. So it's kind of extended. It kind of tells me that earnings are priced in. Good earnings are priced in. So if they don't blow it out of the park, I don't think they go up more on earnings. That's just my opinion. Baba this morning was a beautiful, beautiful setup. Why was it a beautiful setup? We got this huge gap down, got huge oversold. And when a stock rebounds from a huge gap down and takes out the first candle, it's usually a very bullish thing. We had a huge gap to fill all the way up to 206, so I jumped in 200 calls, obviously prematurely. Looking back at it, trading in hindsight is way easier than actually trading, but we didn't get the follow through. So this was a great setup. I will take the setup again if it presents itself again. And right now, I do expect BABA to gap up tomorrow. But again, if more Chinese bad news, anything is possible. Why do I expect BABA to gap up? I'm going to give you guys a little secret. Here's my bread and butter play. Is the oversold bounce here. We got the daily RSI at 31, which is almost oversold. We got the 4-hour oversold, all right, at 27. We got the 1-hour oversold way down here at 20. And every time frame is almost oversold on Alibaba. So tomorrow morning we should get a gap up just based on the oversold technicals. And we might get a quick exit for those 200s. So let's see what happens tomorrow morning on Alibaba, barring any bad news from China. If China, I don't even know what other bad news they can send out. I mean, they already sent out all the bad news. Let's see what happens. ROKU, huge breakout from this bull flag we were talking about last Thursday. You see how clean this daily candle is? Like, look how clean this trend line is. Completely, it looked like a false breakout here with no volume on Thursday. Big upper wick of profit taking to keep us in that range. Friday, absolute explosion, 50 points. Obviously, today, we had a green day, which is really surprising. After a huge green day on Friday, we did have some kind of follow through today. But for ROKU, all-time highs is 486.72. 486.72, so we are $7.30 off all-time highs on ROKU. I think it needs some consolidation. The reason I'm not jumping in is it's so extended. I don't like jumping in stocks like this. What I think ROKU would do, I don't know, their earnings are next week, I believe. We might run into earnings. We might get consolidation here just to let the moving averages catch up. Next time it consolidates, make sure you watch for a flag similar to this. It might be shorter, it might be longer, it might be less wide, it might be more wide. Just keep watch for consolidation on ROKU because this thing is powerful. This overall stock chart on ROKU is amazing. Look at the weekly. This is a pure cup and handle play. For all you people that find the cup and handles on the 5-minute chart, this is a real cup and handle on the weekly. Look at this perfect cup. So if we do consolidate, it's going to play out exactly to where I'm saying, which is we're going to form a little cup, a little handle here, and then we will go for all-time highs depending on market conditions. So if we have this weekly cup, it might need 3 or 4, 5, 6 weeks of consolidation before it rips this high. It might just go right through it because of earnings. Let's see what happens. Tesla, let's check it out just because they just reported. Let's see. Lots of big orders on Tesla. Huge pop right off the beginning. And looks like it's giving back some of those gains right now. So, overall on Tesla, it's sitting at 664 according to TradingView. Let me check my app to see if it is not at 664. Tesla is at 665. It's up 1.33%. So everyone that took puts, everyone that took calls is absolutely screwed, which is usually the case when you have big bets on both sides. Market maker is going to drain both ways. Why do I say both people are going to get screwed? It's not big enough a move to cover the IV that they put into the calls. So everyone, calls and puts are screwed. The people that took 2 million in puts are screwed. People that took 2 million in calls are screwed. And everyone that didn't play it is very happy right now and getting ready for the gym. So thank you guys for attending. We will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we get that BABA gap up.